bite alert. Andre Lima defeats Igor Severino via DQ bite, and that was your sleeper, my man. Clearly you saw something. So we're going to go through just kind of piece by piece here. So first and foremost, that bite mark is crazy. Cut this weirdo. That's from Jamal Hill, former light heavyweight champion. And you could see it, bro. You could see that cut. That is nasty. And on the screen, it'll be zoomed in, so y'all will see it more. But that was clear cut. And before we actually move forward, I don't know about you, I thought, especially the broadcast team did as well, the mouth guard's in, the angle is weird from the camera. I was like, why are you stopping the fight? Tanyoni, you're being a little you're being a little overzealous right now. And then you see him put his arm up and you're like, oh no, he bit the shit out of him. Cut this dude, DQ him. Were you happy with the immediate DQ?
Oh, absolutely, Derek. I mean, there's a few things more egregious than just biting somebody. I mean, this is the first time we've seen it in the UFC, or at least that I can remember. There might have been in the past, but man, this was an interesting one because that camera shot you were saying with the mouthpiece in, he looked like he was just mashing his face up there. I wasn't too sure, but it did look like there was a little bit of meat in between. Yeah. But what my mind went to right away is how hard did he have to bite him with a mouthpiece in to make teeth marks, man? Because that's wild. That's you were pissed off. You really bit somebody.
We'll see right now. So let's check it out. Yeah. That's the angle we're talking about, folks.
Fight is over.
Wow, straight fight over.
Okay.
Wow.
I didn't think they had to do that.
Disqualification.
DQ.
He's going with a DQ.
Okay. Disqualification
instead of a warning.
And he's looking like, oh, what happened? You know what you did, bro. You know exactly what you did. So listen, let me just kill the sound really quickly and then just kind of scrub through this. Are they going to show us another replay or is that it? Oh yeah, this, and then that's just it, man. When he shows it, he's like, listen, bro, I got bit. Look at that, bro. There's no mistake in that. Here's my biggest thing, man. I'm going to play it back right here. So this is really the clip. He has the man's back. You're biting his arm. I know he looked like he was starting to gas out, but you're not like getting dominated by any stretch of the imagination. A lot of people are saying, well, this came from frustration just because, the fight wasn't quite going his way. The other thing we need to point out is while this is terrible and there's no place for this in the sport, Andre Lima grabbed the cage like 3-4 times during this fight, man, and there was no repercussion done. So it's not like this was a clean fight by either fighter per se, but this is one of the more egregious things you will see in this crazy sport that is MMA. Do you have any thoughts on why this took place? That's my biggest thing. Why? Look at the position. Why? What does it make sense? Does it make sense, AJ?
Not at all, Derek. It makes zero sense. I mean, yeah, if you're frustrated about somebody holding the cage and you want to get a little get back, there's ways to go about it that aren't going to be initial DQ, right? Like instant, right from the jump DQ. I see no support or no argument as to why you're going to bite somebody in the cage at all.
So let's continue the saga here, AJ. So you see the video, folks. So you see what happens. He bites him, right? And so remember, Jamal Hill, he says, cut this weirdo. Like, what's going on here, right? And then Dana White says, not only are we going to do that, but hey, listen, according to Andre Lima's manager, Lucas, Dana White told him after the fight, he will give Lima the first I got fucking bit bonus, which is just hilarious, right? Because you're like, all right, Dana White, whatever, he could do whatever he wants, right? And then scroll down. And then you see the tattoo, I got fucking bit bonus. So he really ran with it. And this is what is this sport that we watch here? He said, I was going to give him 25 G's, bro, for getting bit. But this is nuts. I'm giving the man 50K. Shout out for the bonus right there. What is this sport that we watch? This is why MMA is a renegade sport. This is why it's not in the big three of NBA and NFL and MLB. This is why some people just don't understand the culture of what we watch. What is this when the boss, the CEO, the president or whatever is like, I'm going to give you 25 extra G's because you just decided to get a tattoo of getting bit right there instead of being a baby about it. What do you think?
Man, I think this is Uncle Dana being an incredibly smart businessman. He says it from the jump, man. Ain't no bitches in the UFC. You want to be hard, you got to be here. You got to talk shit. You got to be okay dealing with it. This is a smart move, man. You could have either made this a PR nightmare that people are biting people in cages, or you could make it be a bonus and say, man, if you get bit and you act like a gangster about it, I'm going to give you an extra 25 G's.
That's a good point. Because he's not crying about it, right? He wasn't like, oh, my God. He was complaining to the referee, but he's not like, oh, my God, this is such a terrible person, da-da-da-da-da. He's like, listen, bro, just give me my bread, man. I got a bit. I got the dub. I'm a happy camper. So he gets the I got fucking bit bonus right there, the teeth marks and all. And then you see Kevin Iole updated my story on the bite with a quote from Dana White, and Severino will be cut because of the bite. So from here through and through, you get cut, you lose a fight that you weren't out of, so you look dumb right there. You miss out on half of your paycheck. Your opponent gets $50K bonus for doing essentially nothing. And on top of that, Dana White did say, this isn't included in here right here, but Dana White also said, hey, listen, man, not only are you cut, but guess what? You're going to have some real problems with the Nevada State Athletic Commission. You want to go fight somewhere else? Good luck, buddy, because they're not going to give it to you after biting somebody. I think the chances of him fighting again are very high. This is not the first time someone's bit someone in MMA. It's just a little more high profile because it's the UFC. But through and through, what is our assessment of this entire just debacle that is Bitegate, if you want to call it here? Andre Lima, he's clearly the big winner, but what does this mean for the sport?
Man, what does this mean for the sport, Derek? A lot of things can happen, and it all depends on your outlook and your processing forward after them. That's gonna have a big outcome on what it is. I mean, it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, you never know. But if Uncle Dana's there supporting you, man, I mean, I feel like you just got to roll with the punches and always keep a positive attitude, because it could have ended up very poorly for both of these fighters, but at least now, I mean, Andre Lima looks like a gangster.
Let's just say, AJ, and this is just where I'll leave it right here, I think that when you got it, Uncle Dana just kind of rolling with everything like that and all of that good stuff, it's just another Saturday night with the boys. I think that you got such a machine that is the UFC. This doesn't even matter, man. So Saturday night with the boys right here. You got to love it.